Okay, also Lady Ashbury hat anscheinend eine adoptierte Tochter. Interessant. So, dann lass doch mal hier mit dem Herren... Ey, Gesellen, komm zurück.
Women of all countries unite! Support the equality between men and women!
Geschäft.
Please, sir. Whether you need to
Hello.
buy something or not, I am happy to help.
Ja, dann
Good
erzähl
evening,
mal.
sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Was ein komischer Boy, ey. Also, Holy Macaroni. Ich glaube, die werde ich mal noch kaufen. Oh, halt, so. Wir werden die mal noch kaufen. Und ich glaube, den Rest... Den Rest müsste ich da haben. Oder? Sieht denn ja aus bei mir. Ich glaube, den Rest müsste ich eigentlich so weit da haben. Verrückter Typ. Richtig verrückter Typ.
It's locked, all right.
Mach den Safe auf. Hände hoch, das ist ein Überfall. Wo ist denn der Typ, der hier gerade noch an die Wand an die Tür geklopft hat? Nee. Also ich meine, ist schon ganz cool eigentlich, die kleine Stadt hier, ne? Temple Garden. Crazy. So, jetzt weiß ich gar nicht mehr, was ich in Westend eigentlich brauchte.
Support the equality between men and women.
Mit dem will ich noch quatschen, bevor ich in den Club reingehe.
Someone you're close to.
Hallo?
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Stimmt, Wasser wollte ich holen für die Pflanze. Weiß aber schon wieder gar nicht mehr. Oh, und ich habe nichts gegen Migräne dabei. Oh.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. The epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Okay, den kennen wir dann wohl noch aus dem Krieg, hm? Interessant. So, ansonsten würde ich jetzt erstmal ins Haus gehen. Ja, ich glaube, es ist eine gute Idee. Der Club war... Warte mal. Hab ich doch hier. Oder? Hallo Elfe.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Einladend, der Empfangsbereich. Fühle ich mich doch direkt wohl. Ja. Schön hier. So.
There has been quite a battle here.
Aufgeräumt.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Ist das der, den wir draußen entdeckt haben?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club. Then to read.
Sagt er da nichts? Oh. Wenn das schon mal Money liegt. Mir geht's gut. Und wie geht's dir, Elfa? Ist der da drin, ne? Nö, hier ist keiner. Da ist geschlossen. Okay. Dann mal weiter gucken. Ah ja, da oben sind die alle. Unbekannt. Ich glaube, ich bin jetzt bei den Vampyren im Haupttreffpunkt. Ich guck gleich weiter. Wie lange musst du denn noch arbeiten? Gehe ich jetzt erst nach oben oder gehe ich durch die Tür? Die Frage ist, warum sind die alle nicht in ihren Räumen? Ach, jetzt gerade Feierabend. Okay, nice. Ah. Kellerschlüssel, nice. Warte mal, oder was? Ja. Das nehmen wir noch mit. Sehr gehoben hier, sehr gehoben. Sonst noch was zum Stibitzen in diesem Raum? Ja. 13 Stunden ist schon heftig. Warte mal, da liegt noch Geld. Zack. So. Ich glaube, das ist geschlossene Gesellschaft. Komme ich nämlich so nicht rein. Gucken wir mal von der anderen Seite. Oh yeah, ein guter Deutsch. Das heißt, ich könnte unseren Deutsch verbessern. Glaube ich. Ja, geschlossene Gesellschaft. Na gut, dann gehen wir unten einmal rein. Da hinten an die Tür, ne? Jupp. Let's go. Gott, das Eis würde ich auch nehmen, Elfe. Oh, ich wollte nicht raus. Ich will rein. Lass mich rein. Ich dachte, das wäre die Tür zu dem Boy gewesen. Uff. Aber wo soll denn der dann sein? Wie ist der? Mr. Redleaf oder so? Wie ist der da? Oder habe ich die falsche Tür? Warte mal. Ich flitze mal nochmal hier hoch. Irgendwas hat mich hier gerade angeblinkt. Dachte ich. Ja, dann ist das hier drin, doch. Okay. Wie komme ich hier rein? Ach so. Tada.
Good evening.
Hallo Herrschaften. Ich bin Dr. Jonathan Reed. Hallo, Gentlemen. Ich bin's, der Leibhaftige.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him. Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garde Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
How dare you speak so flippantly of my family?
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Freigetränke.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate obedience.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours. sent to cleanse the east end of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
Tja, die Frage ist jetzt, treten wir dem Ascalon Club bei oder nicht? Ich meine, im Prinzip würde jetzt nichts dagegen sprechen. No? Beitreten oder nicht? Ich habe nicht wirklich eine andere Wahl. Aber ich könnte es ja probieren.